Hey there, it's Meg. I am here with my very first challenge video for The Sims 3. This challenge is called the Opposite Princess Challenge, and basically the plot of this is that the king was once married to a beautiful queen, and she gave birth to the Princess of Light, but she actually died during childbirth. So then once, in kind of a drunken night, the king slept with a chambermaid, and the chambermaid got pregnant and gave birth to the Princess of Evil, and unfortunately the chambermaid died in childbirth as well. The king was really ashamed of what he did, and so he decided that he was going to lock the Princess of Evil away, and kind of have a thing of out of sight, out of mind. And so now this challenge is all about the Princess of Evil taking her revenge against her father and her sister's husband, and basically anyone who she feels has wronged her because she's been locked away all these years. So if you want to see how I actually created all of these Sims, I have a Create a Sims for the Opposite Princess Challenge where I do all 4 of these Sims. And I'll link that down below so that you can go check it out. It's really cool to actually see them all being created, and so that you can also see all of their other outfits. The biggest thing with this challenge is that you will probably only see these Sims in their everyday or in their sleepwear. Their other outfits are pretty irrelevant. So I'm going to first introduce you to the king. His name is Henry. If I can get my screen to adjust properly. And I wanted him, I couldn't find elderly medieval clothing, so basically kind of looks like a Hugh Hefner kind of thing. And his traits are, neurotic, a great kisser, hot-headed, snob, and mean-spirited. And I kind of made him, mean and hot-headed because obviously you can't be that nice if you're going to lock your own child away, even if she is the chambermaid's child. And then I made him like a great kisser because I felt like, he's a king, he has that kind of bachelor-esque kind of thing, and also kind of like, any woman would fall at his feet because he's a king. Now I'm going to introduce you to the Princess of Light, and her name is Princess Thea. You can see she's a redhead, and everything about her is really light. She has on a light pink ball gown, a lot of pink jewelry, pink cheeks, pink lips, and very little like eye makeup and things like that. Her traits are vegetarian, good, hopeless romantic, friendly, and lucky. So she is just very sweet and kind, and I think just the perfect polar opposite, of course, of the other princess. So now I will introduce you to the prince. His name is Prince Edward. And I'm sorry you can't see his face fully, let's turn him around. He is the husband of Princess Thea, right here, and he is brave, a great kisser, perfectionist, a snob, and charismatic. I didn't give him any mean traits. I gave him basically what you think of when you think of like the generic prince, very chivalrous and kind and, over the top fairy tale kind of prince, because he didn't really have anything to do with the beginning of the story. He joined the story by marriage to the princess. So finally, I am going to introduce you to the evil princess, and her name is Kieran. So Princess Kieran, and I am so in love with the fact that she actually has her evil face on right now. It's actually pretty amazing. But she is the evil princess. Her traits are loner, unlucky, hot-headed, evil, and mean-spirited. So those are everyone's traits. Relationship-wise, Princess Kieran, her relationship with her sister at the start of the game has to be neutral. Same thing with Prince Edward, completely neutral, and she has to be enemies with her father. So basically what's going to happen in this game is that Kieran has to make Edward fall in love with her. She has to build her relationship up to love, and then they need to be able to woohoo. So once it gets to the stage where they can woohoo, then they woohoo, and once she gets pregnant, then she has to announce to everyone, basically, mostly to Edward, that she is pregnant, and then she will be able to continue on with the next stage of the plan. Now, during the time when she has to woo Edward, she is confined to her space of the house for all hours except the time of 10 p.m. to midnight. During 10 p.m. to midnight, that 2-hour time period, she's allowed to leave so that she can build up her relationship with the prince. After she announces that she's pregnant, then she's allowed to go anywhere in the house. She has free reign. So once she has free reign of the house and she is pregnant, then she goes on with the next evil part of her plan. Basically, she has to become complete enemies, like mortal enemies, with her sister. And she also has to build her relationship up to best friend status with her father. After she builds her relationship up to best friend with her father, she's actually going to kill him in secret. Then she's going to kill the prince. Now, to keep it fun, you could continue, woohooing and being romantic and everything, like having a romantic relationship with the prince, just to make it that much more evil when he's killed. And then finally, after you become complete enemies with your sister, you kill her. Now, there is a mod called Dexter the Bear that I'm going to try and install once it gets closer to the time for me to actually kill the prince and the princess and the king. But if it doesn't work, because sometimes mods don't work on my computer, then we will resort to kind of the old-fashioned ways of killing a sim, with fire or a swimming pool that they can't get out of, or a little room that they starve in, whatever you have to do to kill them. But I'm hoping the Dexter the Bear mod will work, just because that'll be a bit more fun. Now, the rules are that you cannot control these three. Now, I'm not going to control them or have them do anything, but the one exception that I'm going to say is that there are glitches in the game. You can't always control. Sometimes things happen, sometimes sims need to be reset. So the way that I'll know if I'm ever going to touch one of them and click on them is if their icons are in red. If they're in orange or red, I will switch over to them just real quick to see if maybe they're not eating or they're not sleeping, and I will make them do that so that they do not die. But I'm not gonna tell them to go play or go watch TV, things like that. No, but I will only click on them if it's a life or death situation. So basically, really, we're only playing with her. And like I said, she's confined to her room except for the hours between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m., except for after she's pregnant, and then she's allowed free reign of the house. You can be in whatever house you want. You can have as much money as you want. Now, you can't use any cheats, really. You can't make their needs go up or anything like that. For her, I have to feed her. I have to let her sleep, that kind of thing. The only cheat that I am going to use is teleporting her, because that 2-hour period where we have to woo him to make him fall in love with her, it's a very short period in sim time. So what you'll notice is that if you had your sim, especially in the house that I'm about to show you, if you had your sim walk that whole way, they probably wouldn't make it. It would probably take about 20 minutes off of their time that you could be wooing them. So I'm either going to teleport her to wherever he is in the house, or teleport him to wherever she is in the house, so that they can immediately begin talking at that time. Just because I think that will be the easiest way, so that we get our maximum time, because 2 hours is a really short period of time. Now, in the challenge, which originated on Mod The Sims, and I'll leave a link down to it below, it said that this princess is basically supposed to have just a dark dungeon kind of place with the bare minimum of stuff. That's the only thing that I changed. That's the only rule that I changed for myself doing this challenge, because I just felt like that was just unrealistic. She spent her whole life being locked away, and I find it hard to believe that she would just have the bare minimum, because she's not a prisoner. She's just, the outcast, the one that the king is ashamed of. So she actually has her entire own floor, but it's not like a mansion or anything like that. You'll see when I show you. Now, there's a lot of things in this game that are downloaded content from mostly the Sims resource, also from a couple other places, and if I find all the places, I'll link them below. If not, I will just say that most of them, well, I won't, I might not find all the links for like the Sims resource ones, but I'll link to the Sims resource and you would definitely be able to find most of the things. And then for the actual things that, like the medieval clothing and things like that, that I did download from a specific website, I will leave those down below so that you can go directly there so that the person who created them gets credit. This castle I actually downloaded right off the Sims resource. It's so awesome. I tried to find numerous different castles, and if you guys notice, this is actually located in Dragon Valley. It just seemed the most fitting for this challenge to be in Dragon Valley. So I'm going to show you guys each floor really quick. Just come down. I'm going to turn it up like this so that you guys can just see it easier. So this is the main level. And this is where Edward, Thea, and Henry will spend their time when they're, this is like the living area. There's no TV or anything down here. It's just the living area, a dining room, there's a small bathroom over here, and a small kitchen. Then you come up the stairs, and this is the sleeping level for Edward and Thea and Henry. So Henry will sleep here. This is his room, and I've locked it so that only he can get in. And then he has his own bathroom. And Thea and Edward will sleep here. This is their room, and so only they can come in here, and they also have their bathroom. And then there's a sitting area with some bookshelves. Now this next level has a bedroom and like a bathroom and some other areas, but I doubt that anyone is ever going to be on this level. The only thing I did add was one TV, and the only reason I did that, I know it's medieval times, but, or it's meant to be medieval times, but I felt like since I'm not controlling them, they need to have a few entertainment outlets, so they have some books and things like that, and I felt like it would be important that they had something else to do since I'm not dealing with them, so that they can keep everything up, their stats up. Now, up to the next floor, the thing I loved about this, and the reason that this is Kieran's floor, is that this entire floor, all of these rooms, are only accessible through this one door. So I've locked it so that only Kieran can get in. And it enters onto this kind of like main area, and to the right you have a bathroom, and in here is just a toilet, a tub, and a sink and a mirror. Then over here we have a bedroom that has the bed, a little desk, but if there's no laptop there, there's not much you can do on a desk in Sims 3, and a bookshelf. Then you can come out through this, and you can either go through this door, which in this room you just have a couch and an easel, or you can come over here, and there's the kitchen, which just has a fridge, a stove, a sink, and then a little dining room table with 2 chairs. And then the last floor of this house are these stairs that come up to just this open kind of thing, like the top of the castle. Basically where if it was a real castle and we had like a king living here, this is where all the guards would be watching from far away to make sure that no one was going to come into the castle. Now obviously you can't really block it off because there's no door. I'm not sure if I'm going to let Kieran come up here. The only thing I know for sure is that if she is allowed to come up here, it can only be during a time when these 3 are not there, because they cannot interact except for between 10 and 12 until after she's pregnant. So that's the house, and like I said, I mean, it looks like she has a lot of space, but you can see in each room it really is the bare minimum. It's just more spacious, and they still have decorations and things like that. She's just locked away on her own floor, because she just has a bed and a bookcase, her bathroom necessities, a couch and an easel, and then the kitchen necessities. So she doesn't have that much. It just looks like she has more because it's not decorated like a dark dungeon. So I think that is it for introductions. Like I said, I did a create a sim of all 4 of these sims, so if you want to check that out so you can actually see them being created and see all their other outfits and everything like that, you can. I am super excited to get started on this challenge. I think that it's going to be really fun. If you guys have any suggestions at all for things to add in this challenge or other Sims 3 videos, whether it's house building, create a sim, or other challenges, or any other things related to my makeup videos and stuff like that, because I will still be doing some of those in the next couple weeks, please let me know. I think my new upload schedule for these is going to be Wednesday and Friday, so you can look forward to a video on Wednesdays and Fridays. There might be more days, but I'd rather say only Wednesday and Friday and then be able to surprise you guys with a bonus video than to say more and not be able to deliver on all those. So for now, just keep an eye out for Wednesday and Friday videos, and maybe on another day, like a week, you'll get a bonus weekend video or something like that, or a Monday video, who knows. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave any comments down below. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!